Hey, you guys, welcome to another episode of the Cerebral Palsy and Fitness Podcast. It's your host, David, and I'm here with three-peat uh, guest, Phuong and Regan. The reason I say three-peats is because the first time they were on, we talked about their journey uh, as a married Interabled couple. Then we talked about then we went to a little bit into their lives as to how they live as an Interabled couple. So we kind of learned about how they go about their day by day and, different struggles, successes, improvements, what they can work on. And we had some laughs and it was a pretty awesome conversation. And now I get the distinct honor to follow them into their journey of parenthood. So welcome back, Phuong and Regan.
Thank you, David. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, I've interviewed them before and they're wonderful. And when I found out that they were finally becoming parents, I'm like, you know what? This is something that people need to learn about is that people always think about we have these different disabilities and these different obstacles in our lives, but does it hinder us to become parents? Well, obviously you guys have broken that barrier and you guys are showing that you're able to make it all the way to parenthood. And what I want to know is, what are some challenges you guys feel that you'll face moving forward? And then what are some things that you might be able to accomplish like right away to kind of lessen the burden?
So the only challenges or let's say fear that I may have is when I give birth and because Regan's gonna stay with me for a few months right after when I do maternity leave. And then after that, I just kind of feel like, am I able to handle it on my own? Like having a little infant all by myself when he goes to work because I work from home, so I'm always going to be around. But with it's just changes for me just because I've never been a mom. Like I've had my little brother and I watch him grow up with my parents and I see how they did it, but it was never my responsibility to look after like a little person. So that's
But
just something that I'm trying to get my head around.
Yeah, part of my responsibility is actually giving you the confidence to actually be able to be alone with the child and being giving you encouragement, saying you're a wonderful mother, and do my best to keep my own sanity.
right. It's real critical, especially in those first couple months, because I've heard people that have gone through postpartum and it's very difficult and eventually they'll get out of it, but it's one of those things that just happens, because you're
Yeah.
not used to being a parent, you're not used to having a little one around, especially in your situation, Fong, where you not only have a child, but you have a disability yourself. So
Mm.
do you feel like in some ways you might be limited, like at the beginning, trying to figure out how to navigate through it?
I honestly think so, just because like I try to do most things on my own, but at the same time, there of course there's gonna be limitations with a disability, no matter how hard we try. So just trying to adapt is one thing, but then also just trying to get over like that obstacle, just be thinking like, I'm sure everything's gonna be okay. And I've talked to other moms who also have like disability, and they said, you learn on the job basically. But it's just kind of feel like you're looking at this small, tiny person and you just don't want to hurt it. Just like, can I do anything by myself regarding that? Or if like the baby cries, am I going to be able to run to it fast enough and things like that? So it's just the little things.
So who do you think it's gonna end up looking like? You or Regan? I feel like she's gonna end up looking more like you, wrong in a sense.
I don't know yet, but this child can be super mixed.
No competition, right?
Yeah.
Who's because I remember you wanted the baby to be a girl, right, Fong? And you wanted the baby to be a boy. Was that right, Regan? So that's what you guys wanted. And I guess Fong won a was it a toss up? What did you guys do to figure out the I guess the gender reveal?
So we did a soda pong thing in the backyard. So basically we did a bet to where everybody bets like a little bit of money. What do you think the gender is gonna be? And then one of my best friends, she put the gender underneath the cup, and whoever lands the ping pong ball into the cup gets to drink. And basically there was more girl than boy cup, obviously. So that's how I was winning, because I posted that on my Instagram too, and it was hilarious just because I told her it was like in your face because I told you so. I got a dream.
She got competitive.
I did.
Yeah.
I had a dream. So it's like I had a feeling.
Oh, that's great, and it's wonderful to hear that everybody's so supportive, and that you guys are well on your way to get to the next step. Regan, is for you, what do you feel like the biggest challenge for you'll be as a father to a new child would be? What would it be?
Just leaving the house.
Leaving the house?
Leave. I want to stay here, play with the baby, and spend time with my wife.
It's funny how they mention maternity leave for women. Do you feel, I mean, I kind of don't like to veer in this kind of subject, but I feel like I should ask. Do you feel like there should be, I guess in most states, paternity leave where fathers can go and take care of their wives, or
Absolutely.
anything in the sense?
A wonderful job. My company is giving up to 3 months of paid maternity leave, and they also give dads or parents who adopted a child up to 1 month of leave with pay. So they
Okay.
have like that with who I'm working with. But I know not a lot of company does that, and I feel like it's necessary just because it's better for
It's life-changing.
bonding, life changing.
Right, or right. I was thinking about that because I don't ever hear very many companies that offer that kind of incentive. So it's really interesting, right? How our society and how the workforce works, right? Especially when it comes to having kids.
Yeah, I feel like dad needs to get more credits for what they do as well. Because I know my dad wasn't able to stay home a lot just because he had to work and take care of the family and things like that. But if there's like a balance, I'm sure he would be able to stay home and help out as well. Because growing up, I didn't spend that much time with my dad because he's always working, and I don't want, that to happen to our child, because I want him to be around more just to kind of have that parenting balance.
And so, what are some changes that you guys are doing to I guess uh, make the environment not only more welcoming for the baby, but for you guys as well?
I'm looking into more of like adaptive equipment because I follow a few moms who have baby and are disabled, and they will share like products that would help them. So we're looking more into that. And I want the baby to stay with us for a while instead of having their own nursery. We're gonna put her in the bedroom next to us and having the crib right next to the bed just to spend more time with her in those first few months.
You guys want to hear a funny story? When my first sister was born, my parents put her crib, and I think it was their room, and so they needed somebody to test it out. So I was like, I was the only child at the time. I was like 10 or 11. So I'm like, let me sleep in it for one night and see how it is. So I got in it, slept in it the whole night, and I'm like, this is a great place to sleep in, but my ass like hurts, from laying on it all night. So I'm like, yeah, 10 out of 10 is for a baby, but for an adult, for a kid, no, no,
You're so used to your big bed.
yeah, I was just testing it out, making sure that I wouldn't break, you know. Put a full-grown kid in there,
I'll just put you in there.
Okay.
right? Safety first.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, adapting to a new environment is so important because you know, we have to make sure that the baby's safe, you guys are safe, um, that everything goes well. And is there like a change in your day-to-day routine that you guys are kind of starting with as well?
A little bit. Our sleep is a little different because as the baby grows, she has to get up more throughout the night, and um, I've always been that protective husband where I'm just like, well, if you wake up, wake me up so I could make sure that you're all right throughout the night. And sometimes she'll get up in the middle of the night without telling me. I'll get angry at her. I'm like, well, I'd rather wake up to you waking me up saying, hey, I gotta pee, than oh, I'm in the bathroom and I've fallen. So I mean that's really the main changes that we have is just that I'm trying to adapt to making sure that she's adapting well into this and that she has no complications, and I'm just trying to get ready to support her throughout the whole experience.
And do you know, have you guys decided into like what kind of birth you guys are kind of going into? Are you going to go into C-section or go natural?
So I've talked to my doctor and I know my body. So immediately I already know I want to do a C-section just because with cerebral
Okay.
palsy, I mean, there's different kinds. I know a lot of people who have that, they do natural because they can. But with me, just because I'm more stiff on my legs and I don't feel like I'm going to be comfortable doing that just
Right.
because I don't want any risk altogether. So I just told my doctor my concern and she agrees. So she's like, yeah, we'll do a C-section and we're gonna plan for it. So there's not gonna be surprises or emergencies.
That's awesome. And I'm pretty sure that once she is born, a lot of people will be asking, I mean, when you guys are out in public, but a lot of people are going to be asking, you know, about the baby, about cerebral palsy, if it's like contagious, because I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I hear people saying, "Oh, is CP contagious? Can the baby get it?" That's a
Like
that's
genetics.
complete false. That is false, you know,
Mhm.
because I've heard from
Heard that as well
heard it before,
because
so
I mean I just explained to them, this is basically an injury. You can get it when you were a baby. Is cerebral palsy is not a disease. It's just an injury to the brain. So anybody could get it.
right,
But
right. And I think the best part about you guys having a child is that as they grow up, they'll be more understanding as far as disabilities are concerned because like I said, you're a mom with a disability and they'll understand, hey, you know, when it comes to other children with disabilities in the classes or anywhere that they go, you won't have to worry about her judging because
right.
she'll already know that it's perfectly normal because you'll be teaching her, you
Yeah.
know.
And I do the same thing with my little brother too, because we're 15 years apart. So when he was born, I was in high school already, freshman year. So he grew up, watching me and things like that. And he's still helping me out here and there. And like he doesn't judge or anything like that either. So it just kind of be similar to the baby regarding that.
Any worries as to after the baby's born? Are you guys like, I guess, afraid of anything, nervous?
Just probably regular parent stuff, like trying to baby proof the house a little bit.
Yeah.
I have a lot of kitchen equipment that I leave on the countertops and just trying to make sure that cords are not hanging down or the stove all of a sudden combusts. But other than that, I think we're going into this quite naturally, and we're just excited to share the experience together.
Yeah. I'm
What do
just
you
nervous about a C-section just because it is a surgery, even though, everybody does it. I have cousins who have C-section, and more women's are having that as well. So it's not as big of a deal as before, but at the same time, it's still like a major surgery. So there's always
Right.
going to be complication that you can think of.
Right. And what are you guys most excited about when the baby is born?
For me, honestly, the most exciting thing I am is dressing her up. We got like a bunch of really cute clothes from his family and my family, and we got her like some really pretty stuff, and I'm just excited just to dress up a mini me.
We have about 3 years worth of clothes already.
No, for real?
No, probably not.
No.
I'm exaggerating.
Oh, 3 years worth of clothes. That's something else.
We got some clothes that are like 0 to 3 months, and then some are 3 to 6, just to
That makes sense.
prepare for that. But yeah, because we don't know how big she's gonna get. She could either be like me, very small, or she can be like Regan's, So we'll see how she grows.
Wait, I like how she said, or she could be like Regan. So what are you playing? Is she could be like tall, like he is, or like?
Yeah, because I'm under 5 foot and he's 5'10", so it could go either way. She can either be in the middle, or she can be his height, or she can be my height.
I feel like she'll be in between. I
Yeah,
don't feel like she'll be tall and she won't be that short. She'll be like right in the middle.
yeah.
However, I'd be impressed if she ends up as tall as Regan though.
I
Yeah,
know,
me
right?
too.
That would be
She can be like, you need some help picking that up, mom, and she'll pick you right up, and you can get
exactly.
stuff on the cupboard. Yeah, it's I'm excited for you guys to see how you guys will do, and I feel like you guys are gonna do great. I have no doubts in my mind. Um, you know, I hope to be in your position one day. To have my own kids, and hopefully it'll happen at some point or another. Right now, it's just as parents, enjoy the moment, because you have the next 18 years to have fun and enjoy them and seeing them grow. And then eventually you'll be when they turn 18, you'll be like, all right, go live your life. Don't bother us unless you need us for something.
Right.
Unless you're helping us, then you can come back, right?
Our family has been incredibly supportive, and everybody's happy for us. So I'm really glad.
Yeah, that's what's important. Families, family support, uh, friends, anybody out there that can just be there emotionally. Because I know for you guys, uh, think think of it in the emotional sense. You guys are probably feeling a whole lot of emotions. Happy, sad, excited, nervous,
Yeah.
right? Sad that the fact that you guys might not sleep for a while, because that's how easily it is.
That's a given.
No sleep. But happy that you'll have a bundle of joy and a new challenge to tackle, and that you guys are going to do real well. So yeah, you guys are awesome. And I'm glad I reached out, I think it was last year, to interview you guys, and it's been a great journey, and I can't wait to see what the rest of your life unfolds. Who knows, eventually, if I run this podcast long enough for 18 years,
Yeah. You can interview yourself.
I'm gonna end up interviewing herself.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? But then at that time, we could just release the whole series in a DVD collection.
Shoot, make a documentary.
Yeah.
What I can do is eventually, like, when she gets like when you as you guys progress over the years, I can eventually put something together where we have all the episodes in one file,
Oh wow.
and then make it into like a DVD and like
Yeah.
send it or something. It'd be really cool to like go back and share, be like, hey, Tay, we used to be on a big podcast and look, we have your journey chronologically,
Yeah.
it's something good to share with her and everybody around the world, everybody around the world, they've I'm pretty sure they message you all the time. They've seen you guys everywhere. And I saw the article you were in. That was awesome. That you guys were in.
Yeah, it was a bridal online bridal magazine that they did different things and they interview like different couples and stuff like that. So that week was the disabled, I think it was during the disabled month that they were doing it for like a week. So they interviewed a lot of really
Oh
great
yeah,
couples.
they're posting a bunch of other couples too.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So, and then another thing you guys probably worried about is like just the house in general, how you don't want them to draw around the house and like, get into a lot of your stuff. Regan, like you do a lot of cooking and you handle a lot of
Well, she'll learn how
hazardous
to
material. So,
she'll learn how to cook, so I'm not worried.
oh yeah, you'll get it early, right? Start them young.
Yeah.
Start them bright and early.
Mhm.
And then like the only other thing that I didn't or never thought of is, like the hospital bills. Like
Oh, that's a major one. Yeah, for sure.
you don't really think about that until like it happened.
Until they
Like
bill you.
yeah, until they bill you, but like how much now?
Yeah, like with you, Regan, I'm pretty sure that was unexpected when you ended up in the hospital, right?
Yeah, but luckily I had like good enough insurance to cover the majority of it, and I get to pay it off monthly. But I
Mhm.
mean, it's still ridiculous amount of money to be paying for.
Yeah, because without insurance, it would have been like $500,000 easy.
Yeah, that's geez, and it makes you think how we need to improve our healthcare system here
Mhm.
in the U.S. and how unfairly a lot of people in need are treated,
Mhm.
as far as getting treatment.
Like the one thing that I wish it would improve, like with if we pay for insurance, I think it should cover like especially for disabled people because I know a lot of them don't even cover equipments like medical equipments or um things like that, and it's a part of our daily needs too. So
Yeah, I've heard some insurance companies out there consider prosthetics as a want, not a need.
Oh
And
yeah, it's like with me and my power chair. Like years ago, I went to get a power chair, and my doctor was like, "Oh, if you can walk from your room to your bathroom, you're not disabled. You can walk." And I went to a second doctor up in Gainesville to get a second opinion. And then when
mhm,
I told them I had back spasms and sometimes I was, bedridden, they're like,
mhm.
"All right, automatically you qualify for a chair. We'll fight for you to get a chair, regardless of whether you have insurance or not." Next thing you know, about 3 months later, I end up getting a power chair.
Yeah, I guess it depending on the doctors too, because some of them view things differently just because, I mean, they study things and stuff like that, but they never experience it. So some of them do dismiss certain things, but luckily I've never really run into doctors like that who just kind of dismiss what I have. The only issue is that insurance company don't cover my walker, but versus power chairs or other wheelchairs, my walker is relatively cheap. You can get it for like $300 versus like 30,000. So
Right. It definitely helps out a lot when you can find something that whether insurance or anywhere, like you can find something at a discount that'll help you, whether cane, wheelchair, walker, anything,
yeah,
that you need, you can get it accessible. So yeah, I mean, we just gotta keep on advocating, keep on fighting for everything that we need, keep staying positive. Uh, I'm sure Taya will be a future advocate herself, not for you, and for everybody around her. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
is seeing her personality, how she'll end up being. Will
Me
she end
too.
up being as outgoing as Phuong is, or as reserved as Regan is, you know?
I think she's going to be more resemble as a fawn because she the way that she's responding to certain environment situations, I feel like she's going to be more like you.
Yeah, she's very active already. Like the last time we have our ultrasound, um, the nurse couldn't even get a good look at her just because she moves around too much.
She kick you yet?
Oh yeah,
Every day.
every day.
Oh yeah, she's ready to come out anytime.
We're about 23 weeks now, so we
Mhm.
have a bit of a way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I hope for the best and a safe and happy delivery. You guys are wonderful as always, and a lot of these episodes that I've had previously with Phuong and Regan, you can find on YouTube, Instagram, and wherever you guys listen to my show. And it's always wonderful to have them. And I'll link those 2 episodes down in the description. And I thank you guys for being on as always.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
David.
having us.
And just so you guys know, if they can get married, be together for almost 5 years, right?
Mhm.
And start a family, you guys can too. It is possible. There is hope, and they've proven that, you know. So don't give up, right?
Of
See,
course.
so thank you guys, and as I always like to say, you know, I usually say if I can do it, so can you. But I want to change it to where if Phuong and Regan can do it, so will you. So thank you guys, and have a good one.
Thanks,
Thank
David.
you.